finds Zach Miller.
A tight end?
What do you think about that, Norman? Oh, excuse me, my bad, Boomer. Jamarcus Russell said, I got this, Boomer. I got this, I got this, I got this. 86 yards, 10-cent Oakland is hanging tough with Philly, Jay.
Hey, Kurt Warner is 21 of 25, 181 yards in the first half, and this touchdown to Larry Fitzgerald as they're all over Seattle.
Ridiculous quarterback numbers all over the league. 28 of 40, 392, and 4 TDs for Matt Schaub. They beat the Bengals 28-17. They roll up 472 yards. Bengals 4-2.
They were big numbers, Boom. How about Ben? 23 of 35, 417 yards, 2 touchdowns. The Pittsburgh offense looking like New England, 543 total yards in its 27-14 shellacking of Cleveland.
I'll see your Matt Schaub, I'll see your Ben Roethlisberger, and I'll raise you Brett Favre, 21 of 29. 278, 3 touchdowns. The second one here to Bernard Berrian. But Joe Flacco and Ray Rice and the Ravens, they just wouldn't go away. 33-yard touchdown run here after being down by 17, 31-30 Ravens. Brett Favre, what do you got? Do you got one more coming behind you?
Yeah.
58 yards. GPS tracking.
Again.
Ray Rice has it, would lead to a field goal, 33-31. House School misses it. Adrian Peterson, talk to us about the importance of this ball game.
We know it's going to be a physical game, led by Ray Lewis on the defense side of the ball. But we matched the intensity, and we came out with a huge win today. So we're 6-0, baby.
Hey, another quarterback with a big day. Aaron Rodgers, 29 of 37, 358 yards, 2 touchdowns, and this 47-yarder James Jones as Green Bay drills Detroit.
Yeah, how about Drew Brees? 23 of 30, 369 yards, and 4 TDs. This is against the #1 defense in the NFL. Welcome to a real football game, New York Giants.
They were.
And Tom Collins replaced Jason Campbell in this game, gets sacked for a safety on this play, and has Jim Zorn talking about his anemic offense.
It's awful, and it's my fault. It's my fault. And, you know, our players are rallying and all that kind of stuff, but I got to be better. And it really irritates me. It truly irritates me. And I'm just not going to rest until I get that taken care of.
That's the first step in any problem, Jay, admitting there is a problem. Maurice Jones-Drew, 133 rush yards, 3 touchdowns as they win it in overtime, 23-20 over the Rams.
Tampa got a problem. They got run all over. Carolina Panthers ran for 267 yards. The team, D'Angelo Williams, 152 on his own as Carolina beats Tampa.
Do you all think Tennessee has a problem?
They got a problem.
They have to admit it.
Second half, right after this.
Don't let Tom Brady.
CBS Sports presents the Sprint Halftime Report. This is the NFL Now, only from Sprint, only on the Now Network.
Pardon the interruption, but I am Mike Wilbon.
And I'm Tony Kornheiser, and they have asked us to explain our show, PTI.
It's 2 veteran sports writers discussing the major American sports issues of the day.
And I occasionally wear a sundress.
Whew, please, watch us anyway on ESPN America.
Where are my earrings? Have you seen my earrings?
I don't know.
Really?
PTI.
Kevin, don't do that, man. Come on.
I got this. I got this.
Throw up your hand, man.
Turn it up. Turn it up.
You're too close. That thing's going to crush you. No way, Kevin. Are you crazy?
Maybe. Do it. Maybe I'm something else.
No way.
Monday Night Football on ESPN America. Kick off your week with live NFL. Monday Night Countdown gets you ready for the big game. Then it's showtime. It's an AFC West face-off as the Broncos battle the Chargers for divisional domination. Live Monday Night Football, only on ESPN America.
Continues to snow here in Foxborough, and New England shellacking Tennessee behind Brady's magnificent second quarter of 5 touchdown passes. 3 turnovers committed by the Titans. Maroney opened it up with a long run for a score. Then Brady took over. So did that defense, shutting down the Titans, forcing the takeaways. 2 throws for scores to Moss. 2 to Welker. 1 to Falk. It's all New England.
November on ESPN America. The new NFL season starts to take shape. We've got live Sunday and Monday night football.
The Sheriff gets his man again.
Our new season of the NHL continues with live midweek games and Saturday night doubleheaders.
Scores!
We've got more of the best live college football. And the Major League Baseball playoffs come to a head with the 2009 World Series. November on ESPN America.
James Harrison has been outstanding all year.
The strip and sack by Harrison. James Harrison pounded him, and it's a two-pointer. James Harrison came in low. That's his patented specialty. James Harrison now is the Steelers' all-time sack leader for a single season. 16 sacks. Picked off James Harrison. He's running up the sideline.
That is the biggest play of this football game.
NFL on ESPN America.
Patriots first-round pick linebacker Gerard Mayo became another Bill Belichick draft success in 2008. Mayo finished 10th in the NFL in tackles and earned AP Defensive Rookie of the Year honors. But more importantly to New England fans, Mayo injected youth and athleticism into one of the NFL's best defenses.
Hit and driven down by Gerard Mayo. The Patriot brilliant rookie first-round draft pick continues to sparkle.
Tomorrow on ESPN America.
We're back here at Gillette Stadium, and to make matters worse for Tennessee, they will be kicking the football to the Patriots, who won the toss and elected to get the football for the second half. And a reminder, this game brought to you in high definition here on CBS. We did see when the Titans came out and warmed up, only Collins was warming up. Vince Young never took off the parka, so Collins will not be replaced at quarterback. At this point, there's Young.
I think, too, one of the reasons why you would make, or Jeff Fisher's not making that switch, Jim, is that he wants to get something positive going in the game, and I think he feels like, hey, the best way to do that is to make sure I keep my starting unit intact, and if the Titans make a couple good drives, then we would see Vince Young in the fourth quarter.
Now what about Tom Brady? How much will we see of Tom in the second half? As the kick goes to about the 10, and Edelman still fighting for yardage, isn't he? Look at him. Brady's going to be coming out. As Brady comes out, again, we'll remind you, not only for Tom, but for this entire franchise, that was a record-setting first-half performance in many ways. The 45 points, the margin at halftime, on and on and on down the list.
I hope it was.
Yeah, it should be.
If it was a tremendous second quarter by the Patriots, and the offense is clicking, the running game, they were physical, and they just never. Did you ever get the sense that the elements was bothering anybody in that football team at all? I didn't. They handled it very well, and they were the more aggressive team, and in football, the more aggressive team wins.
It's over to Welker, and he's got a first down catch for 11, but there is a flag, and it may be Tony Brown roughing the quarterback.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, loading the quarterback's head, defense number 97.
15-yard penalty added to the end of the run. First down.
Tony Brown.
Well, his hand came down, hit Tom Brady in the head, hit the face mask, and it's a penalty. Yeah, well, I'm sure as Tom Brady is talking to Tony Brown there, he goes, hey, what's he going to say? He knows it's not much of a hit, but contact is a penalty.
That's Moreeeee for no gain. I was trying to set this up, and here you go. Our guys, look at this research here. 45 points in first half, 35 in second quarter. Franchise records. Brady, most in the league since 1950. His 345, career high for a half. 45-point halftime lead, largest in the league since 1950. By any team in the league. Makes you feel better about being here, doesn't it, Phil? Get to see all this.
Right. I just want to see if the Titans can play error-free as far as not making big mistakes.
That's Welker. Well, they're not anywhere near him. Mouton was trying to defend. Bullock brought him down. He's slapping himself on the side of the helmet. And another 9 yards for the Patriots.
Well, what happens when the Patriots come into this game and they got 3 and 4 wide receivers? We talked about the injuries to the Tennessee Titans secondary, and they can't match it. So when you see, especially when you see Wes Welker catching those short passes over the middle, that's the biggest reason why. They're outmanned in those kind of formations.
They've got Connolly lined up as a fullback here. And a quick throw to Moss for a first down. Just a 2-yard gain, but that'll take the sticks down the field.
You know, it's interesting, Jim. We kept talking about Jeff Fisher. What's he say to his team at halftime? What does Bill Belichick say to his guys? I want you to go out there and let's like it 0-0. Well, he just goes in and I think we know Coach Belichick well enough to go, hey, good job. You know, way to execute, way to, you know, take care of the football. All the things they constantly reinforce up here, or he does to his football team.
From the 28. Brady slides away from any pressure. Now plants and throws as McCourty pushing down Aiken after the pass was wide of the mark.
Tom Brady gets out of the pocket, and what's the defensive lineman? Just something we kind of noticed. Okay, well, he got rid of it in plenty of time, but as I've seen quite a bit as you watch the games around the league each week, you just got to be careful. It's tough for defensive linemen, all defensive players. They got to learn. Can't hit the quarterback low. You can't hit the helmet, and you definitely can't hit him late.
Moreeeee. Moreeeee has another first down, another 11 yards.
This is when it looks bad for the Titans. When you see running plays like this, Mankins on the pull. Boy, good job by Moreeeee. A little counter move, going one way and coming back the other. And just defenders. You know, in the NFL, when you run the football like that in the middle and you're making those moves and you go 10 yards down the field, there should be 8 defenders around the football. There were not that time for the Titans.
No, not even close. Another first down from the Tennessee 17. Stutter step move, Moreeeee going again for another 4.
Just mushing the Powell. That's what they're doing. Just mushing them forward. And Lawrence Moreeeee, he doesn't know what to do there. He's like, well, okay. He's got, not too often does a running back in this league have options. It's usually one little crease, you take it.
We'll go with 2 running backs this time and out of the gun. Green Ellis and Moreeeee flanking the quarterback. 2nd and 6. Aiken stretching it out about a yard short of a first.
That was a good tackle by Jason McCourty, and how about that? From Rutgers, a rookie. We had a chance to talk to him, Jim, and he just so excited to play, learning every week. I think he's getting better, and he is an aggressive, tough kid. It's the way he was taught at Rutgers. And last week it's against Peyton Manning. He even said it, and he goes, wow, Randy Moss and Tom Brady.
All these Hall of Famers.
And he's one-on-one right now with Randy Moss.
Now let's watch him. 3rd and 1. Brady's looking that way. To Moss, and he has another touchdown. It was McCourty on the coverage. Moss with a 3rd touchdown of the game.
Well, he doesn't have to feel bad about that one, Jim. Any Hall of Fame corner could not have covered that throw and catch by Tom Brady and Randy Moss. That's really unstoppable. A line drive throw behind the receiver and behind McCourty for the touchdown.
So we talked about in the first half, he has just tied his franchise record of 6 touchdown passes in a game that he had at Miami in that 50 touchdown pass season of 2007. Had 6 down in Miami, and he's just matched it today. 52-0. I say in disbelief. Moss, what a perfect throw that was.
College football on ESPN America. Catch the best games from the gridiron every Saturday.
Touchdown, Notre Dame.
Travel across the U.S. with a college game day team.
And the Tigers handle the lead.
As the top schools battle for BCS glory.
Touchdown, Oklahoma. What a great call. And the Gators have taken the lead.
College football every Saturday, only on ESPN America.
Need to find tickets for the big game or concert? At SeatWave.com, there are over 1 million tickets on sale now for all the latest live entertainment. And with all tickets 100% guaranteed, you'll find just the tickets you're after so you can catch all the action live. Buy and sell tickets at SeatWave.com for live American football, Autumn's Rugby Internationals, Muse in concert, and many, many more. SeatWave.com, the fan-to-fan ticket exchange.
The 2009 World Series of Baseball. Only on ESPN America.
James Brown in New York. I would say no question about the outcome of this contest. So let's take you to a more competitive one. The Meadowlands, the Jets, and the Buffalo Bills. Dick Enberg and Dan Fouts.
And welcome to the kickoff to open this second half at the Meadowlands. Dick Enberg and Dan Fouts. The New York Jets on 2 long runs, 64 and 71 yards by Thomas Jones. That's the difference in the first half, 71 for the touchdown. And Jackson of the Bills from the 10 takes it out, and a good return and into the clear at the 40, but a flag is down. Chase from behind at the 40. Jackson to the 20. Jackson out of bounds. Now will they bring it back? Apparently so. Flag thrown at the Buffalo 39. What an effort by Fred Jackson, who continues to be a force for these Bills in a troublesome season. 78 yards if it counted.
Durgan, the return. The illegal block in the back. 59 of the return team. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Free agent rookie linebacker Ashley Palmer ticketed with the penalty, and that will deny a terrific effort by Fred Jackson.
Yeah, the tough thing for Fred Jackson is he's a running back, and he's being counted on in the second half to help get this Buffalo Bill offense going. Trent Edwards, their starting quarterback, knocked out of the game after completing all 5 of his passes in the first half. He will not return. And now, after a great return on the kickoff, the Bills have it nullified, and they'll start at the 21.
Ryan Fitzpatrick, who played his college ball at Harvard, Ivy League Player of the Year in 2004. Rams signed him, and in his career has started 12 times in his 4 years. And he opens from the 20-yard line. Marshawn Lynch draws a crowd of green and a gain of a couple. David Harris and Calvin Pace, linebackers, lead the charge.
Number 94 is Moreeeee, and he's going to get blocked in the back by number 59, Ashley Palmer. And it's right at the point of attack there. That's a good call by the officials. It's unfortunate for Fred Jackson that great return came all the way back.
Just a yard gain on first down, 2nd and 9. Marshawn Lynch, the former California star, is the tailback, and Fitzpatrick to throw. Underneath, complete to the tight end. Fine. And Derek Fine played at Kansas, a second-year man, with a short gain. Well, here's the development after a 3-0, a lead for Buffalo on a field goal. Here is starting quarterback Trent Edwards, pinned back. It looked like knees, but actually it was a concussion, and he will not return. Thomas Jones, 64 for his longest run in 10 years, and then this next carry was 71 yards and a touchdown, and then a big force defensively for the Jets. Chris Jenkins caught up in the wash there, an injured knee, questionable if he will return. Brings you up to date, 13-3. 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. The quick throw is incomplete to Terrell Owens, knocked away by Darrelle Revis. And that's been an interesting matchup. Revis with All-Pro credentials this year going against the future Hall of Famer Terrell Owens.
Well, Kerry Rhodes 25 is going to flash right in front of Owens right there. He might have got a finger on that ball, but the ball got all the way in to the chest of Owens, and he couldn't hang on with Revis hounding him from the back. But that could have been a huge conversion on 3rd down, something the Bills have not done in the first half.
And with Trent Edwards out of there, and Ryan Fitzpatrick in, the Bills 0 for 7 on 3rd down. This is Jim Leonard, a former Bill, at the 30, and he's immediately covered as George Wilson down for the special teams tackle. The Jets will have it at the 30-yard line when we return to the Meadowlands.
Tomorrow on ESPN America.
If you look at the current NHL, who out there impresses you as could be the next Gordie Howe or the next Wayne Gretzky?
If it's the both of them, he's got it made. No, I don't know. I've seen the 2 little Swedes in Detroit because I get to see them play.
Zetterberg and Lidstrom.
Lidstrom's at the point. He's got some room. Takes the shot. Scores! Backhanded by Zetterberg. He scores!
These kids, being European, they talk our language. I'm going back a few years, and yes, they could. And when I stepped on the ice, they come flying over there to say hello to me. And I know other guys who could need the help in a little conversation. They wouldn't come near you. And they said, why don't you talk to him? And I said, if they're that interested, no. I said, the best players over there, those 2, and I can't get rid of them. That's a good feeling. I don't care how I look at it.
So those of you watching New England and Tennessee, well aware of the fact that the Patriots in a runaway there, so they'll be 4-2. Jets need a win here to stay in a share atop the AFC East in Week 6, and the give to Thomas Jones. And Jones with a huge day and closing in on his all-time career high in rushing. He's just about 20 yards away from that. He rushed for 173 yards in a game with Arizona in 2002. There's the game summary with Trent Edwards with a terrific start, 5 for 5, goes out with a head injury. Buffalo only 125 total yards without him, and Chris Jenkins, the All-Pro, 4-time Pro Bowler defensive tackle, out with a knee injury for the Jets. But Thomas Jones having nearly a career day already at halftime. Sanchez lofts it for and intercepted by George Wilson as he tried to hit Braylon Edwards. George Wilson, the 4-year defensive back from Arkansas, and that is his first ever interception in the NFL.
And it's a great job of finding the ball, then getting high and taking it away from Dustin Keller. Ball underthrown by Sanchez, and Sanchez continues to look like the weather is a major problem for him today. He told us the other day he'd never played in temperatures less than 55 degrees or so in Southern California. A lot colder than that today and a lot more windy. And that ball, good play by Wilson, gives the Bills great field position.
Yeah, the Jets practiced outside on Thursday at their facility in New Jersey in the 30s with rain. He said he'd never played or practiced in that kind of weather. Here's Fitzpatrick getting away from pressure and dives down to the 42-yard line, turned a sack into a couple-yard gain. Bart Scott made the stop.
And if you go back and look at Sanchez on the afternoon, 4 completions and 15 throws. 2 to his tight end Keller, 1 to each of his running backs, Washington and Jones, and none to any wide receiver. Of course, Brad Smith is out today, Jericho Cotchery is out, and Sanchez struggling without them.
Second down and long. Bills with a chance to cut into that 10-point deficit. The handoff is to Jackson. Jackson hard running inside the 35-yard line before Calvin Pace can ride him down. David Harris with an assist on the play.
That was just a heads-up run by Fred Jackson. It appeared that he was going to bounce it to the outside, but with his vision and patience saw the little crack inside, got up the field, and brings up a 3rd and very short for the Bills. They are 0 for 7 converting 3rd downs this afternoon.
That interior defense not quite as stout for the Jets without Chris Jenkins. Bouha, however, is plenty big, and there's the wedge straight ahead by the quarterback Fitzpatrick, and we'll see where they spot the ball. It appears that he just made it past that yellow line.
Now, maybe someday we'll be able to have a field where the yellow line will show up for the players so they know exactly what they need without having to look to the sidelines. I mean, we put a man on the moon about 40 years ago, didn't we?
Yeah, the yellow lines, we don't even see the yellow lines, and that's all artificially created back at our studio.
It is? I see it.
Oh, you're looking off monitor. You're not supposed to do that. First down is the call at the 33. And here's a little reverse to Terrell Owens. And he shows us some quick foot speed and clever fake on cornerback Lito Shepard to get around for another 5 yards, and inside the 25-yard line, a gain of about 9.
It's important to get a talent like T.O. involved in the offense. He's had a couple of passes thrown to him today. He's been battling with Darrelle Revis for most of the afternoon, but that was a good gain of 9 yards for T.O.
Owens second only to Jerry Rice all-time touchdown catches. Isn't that something that they were both in a San Francisco 49er uniform at the same time? Second and shorts for Fitzpatrick. Changing the call, Fred Jackson at running back, and he on the toss is to the 20 and down to the 15-yard line. Tough to bring down. He takes more than one hit on Jackson, who weighs 215 pounds. Scott and Rhodes collaborated on the tackle.
Well, on the undercard today, it's been Terrell Owens and Darrelle Revis. This was in the first quarter, a holding call on Revis, and then illegal contact there. But since that point, Revis has bounced back and been a real pain in the back to T.O.
Bills with their best drive since their opening possession of the game that led to a field goal. First down at the 15 of the Jets. This is Marshawn Lynch, breaks a tackle And he's down inside the 10-yard line in the gain of about 8.
Boy, this has looked so familiar to what happened to the Jets defense last Monday night against Miami. Both Ricky Williams and Ronnie Brown had huge nights running the ball against this Jets defense. And right now, both Fred Jackson and Marshawn Lynch doing a pretty good imitation of the Dolphin duo.
David Harris, the inside linebacker for the Jets, down on one knee, trying to gather himself. Timeout with 8:50 left in the third.
Every Saturday, ESPN America brings you the game of the week. Get a second chance to catch the game everyone's been talking about.
Euclid with a walk-off home run.
ESPN America's Game of the Week. Check ESPNAmerica.com for more details.
Kevin, don't do that, man. Come on.
I got this. I got this.
Screw up your hand, man.
Turn it up. Turn it up.
You're too close. That thing's gonna crush you. No way, Kevin. Are you crazy?
Maybe. Do it. Or maybe I'm something else.
No way.
There are moments when time seems to stop and the world holds its breath. Because life isn't measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments that take your breath away. Celebrate those moments with ESPN Classic, the official FIFA World Cup films on ESPN Classic.
Line 2nd and 1. A lot of opportunities for the Bills to use their playbook. They've got Terrell Owens involved now in the running play. We'll see how Harris is, because it's a huge loss if he can't continue with Chris Jenkins already out in the middle of that Jet defense.
The Bills have not scored a rushing touchdown this year. One touchdown in the last 10 possessions. The throw to the end zone is off the fingertips of Lee Evans. So there was a free down, in essence, with 2nd and short, 1 yard to go.
On this 9-yard run by Marshawn Lynch, watch the helmet-to-helmet collision there with David Harris and Marshawn Lynch. Lynch gives a good shot to Leonard, and then Harris comes in and got his bell rung.
Marshawn Lynch comes in for Jackson on 3rd and 1. Terrell Owens to the right, the only wide out. Tight formation with Corey McIntyre in to block in front of Lynch. Lynch, nothing there. Marcus Douglas, the former Raven, who came with the Rex Ryan over to the Jets this year. Kerry Rhodes supporting from his safety spot.
Interesting play selection for the Bills. The fullback right in front of Lynch goes one way. Misdirection here does not fool the Jets defense, and Lynch, without a lead blocker, has no chance to pick up the first down.
So that's only one touchdown for Dick Jauron's Bills in the last 11 red zone trips. And with a loss of a yard on the play, here's Ryan Lindell trying to kick a short field goal to make it a 1-touchdown game. And timeout is called by the Jets.
It's Chevy Truck Month. And that
November on ESPN America. The new NFL season starts to take shape. We've got live Sunday and Monday night football.
The Sheriff gets his man again.
Our new season of the NHL continues with live midweek games and Saturday night doubleheaders. Scores! We've got more of the best live college football. And the Major League Baseball playoffs come to a head with the 2009 World Series. November on ESPN America.
James Harrison has been outstanding all year. The strip and sack by Harrison. James Harrison pounded him, and it's a two-pointer. James Harrison came in low. That's his patented specialty. James Harrison now is the Steelers' all-time sack leader for a single season. 16 sacks. Picked off, James Harrison has it. He's running up the sideline.
That is the biggest play of this football game.
NFL on ESPN America.
Patriots first-round pick linebacker Gerard Mayo became another Bill Belichick draft success in 2008. Mayo finished 10th in the NFL in tackles and earned AP Defensive Rookie of the Year honors. But more importantly to New England fans, Mayo injected youth and athleticism into one of the NFL's best defenses.
Hit and driven down by Gerard Mayo. The Patriot brilliant rookie first-round draft pick continues to sparkle.
Oh, why did the Jets call timeout? Well, this is why. The Jets had a whole bunch of guys on the field. They even had a couple over there.
But I counted 14 in there somewhere. So Lindell out to try a 25-yard field goal that would cut the Jets' advantage to 7. Tough, windy conditions. Feely missed to the right going this way. Lindell right down the heart. So the George Wilson interception leads to a Lindell 25-yard field goal. It's 13-6.
College football on ESPN America. Catch the best games from the gridiron every Saturday.
Touchdown, Notre Dame.
Travel across the U.S. with a college game day team
And the Tigers handle the lead.
as the top schools battle for BCS glory.
Touchdown, Oklahoma. What a great goal. And the Gators have taken the lead.
College football every Saturday, only on ESPN America.
Need to find tickets for the big game or concert? At SeatWave.com, there are over 1 million tickets on sale now for all the latest live entertainment. And with all tickets 100% guaranteed, you'll find just the tickets you're after so you can catch all the action live. Buy and sell tickets at SeatWave.com for live American football, Autumn's Rugby Internationals, Muse in concert, and many, many more. SeatWave.com, the fan-to-fan ticket exchange.
The 2009 World Series of Baseball. Only on ESPN America.
So for the Buffalo Bills, it's been field goal or nothing the last 2 weeks. 6-3 on a single field goal. They lost to Cleveland last Sunday up in Buffalo, and a couple of Lindell field goals today. 13-6. He kicks it off to Leon Washington, the old-time Jets kickoff return artist, with 4 touchdowns. Not this time. Ooh, that one almost came out into the field of play, but he was able to scrape it. It had to go all the way to the line on the field side to be in play, and even though it may have touched the line, it did not constitute the ball in play. Well, tomorrow, every hero has his day, but for one CSI, this could be his last. New CSI Miami tomorrow on CBS, America's most watched network. And here is Leon Washington muff, and then The ball dangerously close to in the field of play, but he would have had to go all the way to the field side of the line for it to have been in play. Here's Leon Washington, and he digs his way out to the 25-yard line. Good pickup of 5. Now let's go back to the decision made by Dick Duran. It was 3rd and 1, and on a running play, the Bills lost a yard. So it's 4th and 2, and some might have argued, you know, you're having a bad season, 1 and 4. Do you go for it there?
I think you do go for it. I think that sends a message to your team that, you know, we're going to be aggressive. We're going to go after the Jets. We're going to try and win this ball game. And remember, the Bills are up to that point. We're running the ball pretty well.
Here's Thomas Jones, the 1-2 punch of Jones and Washington, and he's tackled right at the yellow line, the 30.
And it's pretty obvious that Brian Schottenheimer, the offensive coordinator for the Jets, is going to put the game in the hands of the 2 running backs. Damian Woody is down. He did not practice all week because of a sore foot, and it appears he's got a problem with that same foot as he struggles to get to his feet.
11-year veteran from Boston College, and he gets rolled into the pile.
That's the same type of injury that Chris Jenkins suffered in the first half when a teammate rolled into his legs.
So Woody limps off the field and replaced by Wayne Hunter, the 6-year veteran from Hawaii. Well, this is a toll of injuries that when you look ahead to next week, the Jets will be at Oakland, and they play Miami here before their bye. And there's Hunter.
And next to him is Turner, who is lined up as a tight end.
So he's eligible, number 75 on the right side of the line. He's been in on many plays today, scrimmage plays. The eligible receiver is Hunter. Sanchez over the middle, complete to Braylon Edwards, his first catch of the game. Edwards for about 8 yards. Had that big debut as a Jet in Miami on Monday night with 5 catches, a touchdown, and a 49-yard pass interference call.
Yeah, it took Edwards a while to get inside the coverage on that side of Terrence McGee, and good patience by Sanchez, allowing him to clear and get open.
On 2nd and short, it's Jones running into his own blockers out right at the yellow line again. Appears to have a first down. Aaron Schobel led the charge.
Edwards is going to be such a big part of this Jet offense because of what he did back in 07 with the Cleveland Browns. This was a Pro Bowl season for Braylon Edwards. Had a great debut last Monday night off Broadway in Miami.
Edwards, a star at Michigan. Pro Bowler 2 years ago. Another first down just across the 40. Sanchez throws this one high and long for Edwards. It's intercepted. It's Bird again, his 2nd of the game, and he's tackled at the 36-yard line. And in the wind, that long throw just hanging up there was a jump ball, and Edwards, a 7-foot high jumper, could not get up over Jarris Bird. 3 interceptions for the rookie from Oregon.
And Bird's 5'10". This is double coverage out there. Drayton Florence, and Bird comes over playing center field, and Edwards basically mistimed his jump. Impatient for that ball to come down. As you said, Dick, it was fluttering in the breeze here at the Meadowlands. Edwards on his way down, Bird on his way up, and Bird picks him off.
Sanchez, who told us on Friday that it's unfamiliar weather for him, coming from Southern California, the practice and this game day as cold as he's ever had to perform. And he's thrown 5 completions to wide receivers and 3 interceptions to the Bills. From the 36-yard line, trailing 13-6. Fitzpatrick, backup quarterback. His throw is incomplete, and skidding in on the far side to Lee Evans, and he was well covered.
Lito Shepard was all over this. This is twice now that Shepard has just blanketed number 83, Lee Evans, and a poor throw by Fitzpatrick has prevented an interception.
And of course, with that inexperienced offensive line, just almost every player other than the center, Jeff Hangartner, playing first NFL season. It's tough for those little stop and goes and the long patterns as the handoff to Lynch on the draw. And that's read well by the Jets, and that'll bring up 3rd and 9 as David Harris and Sean Ellis made the play.
Well, this is what you're talking about, the inexperience of this offensive line. But let's give them some credit today. They've only allowed 1 sack to the New York Jets defense, and that was on a 3rd and long situation where they brought in extra defensive backs and linebackers to pressure the quarterback. So the raw meat is cooking up pretty good.
3rd down for Fitzpatrick, and the Bills are 1 for 9 converting today. Here comes the full house blitz. Fitzpatrick throws it, intercepted. It is Lito Shepard. He was hiding and picks it off to the 38-yard line. Flag is down, however, in the Jets secondary.
And thrown right at the point where the interception occurred. Was it a, well, Walt Coleman will tell us.
26, defense, 9-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So Shepard using illegal contact to gain position for the interception, and instead Buffalo retains the ball on the penalty.
You know, we counted 16 guys on the field goal attempt. It seemed like there were 16 guys rushing the quarterback that time, as the Jets with the all-out blitz on Fitzpatrick. He slides and gets rid of the ball. We don't see the illegal contact in that picture. Good effort by Shepard to pick it off, but he got called.
So close to his 20th career pick. Fitzpatrick off a play fake and then tosses it into the flat, complete to McIntyre, the fullback, who rarely touches the ball. That's his first catch of the season. He has had no carries in his 5-year career, so that is a surprise when McIntyre gets the ball. 18-yard gain.
Here's the penalty right here at the bottom of the screen. That's illegal contact. As soon as you get your hands on a receiver that far down the field, the flag is going to be thrown.
First down to the Jets 40 for the Bills, trailing by 7. 3.5 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. And Giant Stadium in the Meadowlands. Marshawn Lynch now at tailback. And he gets the toss. Cuts inside the block, and after a 3-yard gain, taken down by the Gang Green, led by Sean Ellis.
And good news for the Jets. David Harris is back in the game. He shook off that injury last time out. But again, good field position for the Bills. Now all they do is have to find a way to crack that end zone.
2nd and 7. Ivy Leaguer Ryan Fitzpatrick at the controls. The Harvard man trying to drive his Bills to a tying touchdown. Lynch is the backfield. It's Fitzpatrick trying to throw to him, incomplete. That's a little playground ad lib, but Lynch unable to find his way into the clear.
It's so difficult for a backup quarterback to have to come in for the starter after the injury to Edwards. Fitzpatrick has come in. You just wonder how much practice time he's had. He's looking to the right now for his outlet receiver. Doesn't see him, doesn't anticipate him, and now trying to create on the sidelines and almost got away with it.
Good job by Kerry Rhodes, the safety, to stay with Lynch on the sidelines. And here comes the blitz. Fitzpatrick throws underneath, complete to Evans, and Evans is on his way to a Buffalo touchdown. Well, the blitz can reward, but it comes with high risk. And Fitzpatrick with a perfect throw to Evans on the slant.
Yeah, the blitz was picked up by that offensive line. They're really coming of age here against the Jets. And how about the speed and explosion? First, the pass protection. It's gap protection. They all slid to one side to pick up the blitz, and then in the secondary, and whoosh, in the end zone.
Extra point try by Lindell to tie the game. And it's even at 13 apiece. The first touchdown scored by the Bills in the 3rd quarter all season. Lee Evans streaking to the end zone.
Tomorrow on ESPN America.
If you look at the current NHL, who out there impresses you as could be the next Gordie Howe or the next Wayne Gretzky?
If it's the both of them, he's got it made. No, I don't know. I've seen the two little Swedes here in Detroit because I get to see them play.
Is that a Burton and Lidstrom?
Lidstrom's at the point. He's got some room. Takes the shot. Scores! Backhanded by Zetterberg. He scores!
These kids, being European, they talk our language. I'm going back a few years, and yes, they could. And when I stepped on the ice, they come flying over there to say hello to me. And I know other guys who could need the help, a little conversation. They wouldn't come near you. And they said, why don't you talk to him? And I said, if they're that interested, no. I said, the best players over there are those two, and I can't get rid of them. That's a good feeling. I don't care how I look at it.
November on ESPN America. The new NFL season starts to take shape. We've got live Sunday and Monday night football.
The Sheriff gets his man again.
Our new season of the NHL continues with live midweek games and Saturday night doubleheaders.
Scores!
We've got more of the best live college football. And the Major League Baseball playoffs come to a head with the 2009 World Series. November on ESPN America.
First touchdown in 2 weeks as Lee Evans with a 37-yard catch, his second touchdown of the season, completing a 64-yard drive in 6 plays. Took a long time to find pay dirt for the men from Western New York, but they've tied the Jets here late in the third quarter. Lindell drives a low kick down to the 2 to Leon Washington. Returnable, but covered well by the Bills, and the tackle made at the 27-yard line by George Wilson, whose interception set up the Buffalo touchdown drive.
And one of the adjustments the Bills had to make with their pass protection is they went to a gap protection this week because they knew the Jets would overload and bring the blitz this way. So what the Bills do is they slide their entire line. Instead of blocking man for man, they're blocking their zones. Look at this wall here that Fitzpatrick has behind him so he can throw a strike outside to the speedy Lee Evans, who makes 2 miss and in the end zone. That's a great adjustment by Alex Van Pelt and the Bills offensive staff.
So tied at 13, the Jets now from their deep end, and Thomas Jones has been a terror running the football today as the carry out to the 34-yard line and a gain of about 7 more before George Wilson can bump him out of bounds. Damian Woody, we understand, a questionable return knee injury.
Now we go back to the interception that Sanchez threw to Jarris Bird, trying to get the ball to Braylon Edwards. We talked about how Edwards gives Sanchez another dimension by being able to go up high to make the catch, but in this wind, very hard to control a softly thrown high ball.
Flag down, and there goes Jones tearing up the middle to the 43-yard line. We'll see if it counts. Flag down. Wilson and Bird, the 2 safeties, make the tackle.
And Buffalo lined up in the neutral zone, so this play will stand.
Offside, 99. Defense lined up in the neutral zone. That penalty's declined. Play results in a first down.
Big Marcus Stroud in the middle of the Bills line. Mark Sanchez
having a rough afternoon. Yeah, just completing 5 of 17 with 3 interceptions, 2 by Jarris Bird, 1 there by George Wilson. But he's young, and he'll hang in there. That's not much rattles. Number 6.
Sean Green, the rookie from Iowa, makes his first appearance at tailback today for the Jets. First down at the 43. And Green on that long handoff, and he breaks the tackle in the backfield, but still is a 1-yard deficit on the play as Chris Kelsey is the defender. Well, meanwhile, Thomas Jones given a breather as Green, the rookie, comes in. Jones has set a career high in rushing today with 177 yards, 64 and 71-yard runs in the first half, the 71-yarder for a touchdown.
And Jones is back in, and so is Leon Washington, flanked out wide as a wide receiver.
Sanchez fires and almost intercepted as it was Ashley Palmer, the rookie linebacker, cutting in front of the play intended for Leon Washington.
Well, and that's a touchdown for Buffalo if Ashley Palmer can keep this one in his grasp. Sanchez looking the other way, never saw 59 as he tried to get the ball into Leon Washington, split out wide. And the ball actually went right through Palmer's hands and hit Washington in the stomach. They greased that pigskin today.
Well, that's that cold weather and windy conditions creating some havoc. 3rd and 10. Sanchez flag down. The throw deflected and incomplete.
Now the Bills were in the neutral zone again. Number 58 this time. Aaron Mabin.
58 defense lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Mabin trying to get a jump on the pass rush, but he lined up way off sides.
Mabin, the top draft pick of the Bills this past draft out of Penn State. That was Marcus Stroud, the big fella, 6'6" and 310 defensive tackle, who deflected that last Sanchez pass. So the penalty keeps the drive alive. 3rd and 5. Sanchez underneath to Jones. 1st down into Buffalo territory at the 43.
That was a cool play by Sanchez because Jones was not his primary receiver. He was his outlet receiver. Got good pass protection from the offensive line. Looking to the right. Now he finds Jones back over the left side. And Jones knows where that 1st down marker is.
Mark it at the 42 and a 1st down. Final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Jones down to the 35 as he adds to his all-time career game rushing, closing in on 200 yards. The end of the 3rd quarter, the score: Bills 13, Jets 13. We'll return to the Meadowlands after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
Every Saturday, ESPN America brings you the game of the week. Get a second chance to catch the game everyone's been talking about.
With a walk-off home run.
ESPN America's game of the week. Check espnamerica.com for more details.
Kevin, don't do that, man. Come on.
I got this. I got this.
Screw up your hand, man.
Turn it up. Turn it up.
You're too close. That thing's gonna crush you. No way, Kevin. Are you crazy?
Maybe. Do it. Or maybe I'm something else.
No way.
There are moments when time seems to stop and the world holds its breath. Because life isn't measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments that take your breath away. Celebrate those moments with ESPN Classic, the official FIFA World Cup films on ESPN Classic.
Edinburgh with Dan Fouts. Our score is tied at 13. 60 Minutes will be seen in its entirety immediately following the game, except on the West Coast, where it will be seen at its regularly scheduled time. We open the fourth quarter from the 35-yard line. Jones caught in the backfield this time. Tries to fight to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up third down and short. Paul Posluszny with a tackle. And one of the stars of 60 Minutes enjoying the NFL action, Steve Croft, here at Giants Stadium. Third down and 3 for the Jets.
That was a big play by Posluszny on the run blitz to get that type of penetration and then twist Thomas Jones down. See that big pad on his left arm there. Broken that left arm twice now, both times against the New England Patriots.
Broke at the opening game of the season, and here he is back in action. Week 6. Sanchez chased out of the pocket, now in trouble, has to throw it away or throws it up for grabs, incomplete, and Edwards almost pulled it down. A great effort by Edwards with 3 Bills around him, tried to go up and steal the rebound. But fourth down and 3, and this one in the wind is out of field goal consideration, one would think.
Boy, look at Edwards get up too. Jarris Byrd right there, Reggie Corner as well. Sanchez under pressure, got away with one.
Now they're going to go for it on fourth and 3. They're not going to punt. Sanchez shotgun with Leon Washington with him. He's looking for Washington, throws, and it's intercepted, but they shouldn't have intercepted. They would have gotten the ball back upfield, but just the instincts of Reggie Corner to go up and take one away. But had he let it fall, it would have been a 15 yards upfield.
You tell a defensive back to knock one down. Are you kidding me? First interception of the year for Reggie Corner.
Hey, coaches. What happened?
Tomorrow on ESPN America.
For the widest choice of official North American sports merchandise, for the perfect gift to collect or just to look good and support your team, visit espnamerica.com.
Throws end zone, touchdown! Flacco to throw, quarterback draw, he runs it, touchdown! He's got a man wide open, Mason's there, he's got it inside the 5, touchdown, Ravens! He wants Flacco, he throws it to the 25, Flacco has it, 10, 5, and he's down there, he can do it all!
NFL on ESPN America.
ESPN America goes global with a live NFL tripleheader. First up, we're in London, England. Tom Brady and the Patriots look to impress the UK fans as they take on the Buccaneers. Back in the States, the Falcons are in Dallas. And later, the Giants host the Cardinals. Touchdown! Touchdown, Arizona! A live Sunday night NFL tripleheader. Only on ESPN America.
Super Bowl 44.
60 Minutes, Stefano at the completion of this game here in the Meadowlands between the pass interception happy Bills and Mark Sanchez and the New York Jets tied at 13. Plenty of time, 14 minutes left in the game. Corner's interception, the 4th against Sanchez, gives the Bills the ball at the 22, and Fitzpatrick throws the screen. And it is complete to Marshawn Lynch, who has to weave his way for a tough couple of yards.
We'll go back to the 4th down interception. It was 4th and 3, and it looked like Sanchez wanted to throw the ball outside here to Leon Washington. He even gives him a glimpse, but then he sees Edwards open there for a second. Ball goes right through the hands of Edwards up into the air and into the arms of Reggie Corner. Misread and a drop pass. Sanchez first and then Edwards second.
Corner playing the corner has the interception, and here's the handoff to Lynch. battles his way for a couple of more out to the 27-yard line, where it'll be 3rd and 5. And the injury-riddled news continues, especially on the Buffalo side. We understand now from down below, McGee, the cornerback, would return in an emergency. He's got a shoulder, and Whitner has re-injured his ankle, the safety. So when the Bills are back on defense, they really will have a lot of stick-em and glue putting the 11 men together. 3rd and 5 for Fitzpatrick, who moves into the shotgun. No blitz this time. 3-man rush. Throw is complete to Josh Reed. He threaded that one between 2 green jerseys down around the ankles, and Reed pulls it in. 1st down.
12th catch of the year for Josh Reed, and this is a huge one as it keeps the drive alive. His slot receiver, and that was a great throw as Revis comes off his outside coverage of Terrell Owens and makes that zone a little bit tighter, but a perfect throw by Fitzpatrick.
Reed built like and plays like Hines Ward, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and blocks like him too. Big catch, 1st down, 37-yard line. Corey McIntyre, the big fullback now, and Fitzpatrick saw the time running out on the play clock and uses the first Buffalo timeout of the 2nd half. Tied at 13 in the 4th.
It's not enough.
The 2009 World Series of Baseball. Only on ESPN America.
Took it for a called 3rd strike, and that's the ball game. 25-year-old Zach Greinke has ascended to one of the elite pitchers in the American League.
He's having fun. That's what it comes down to. Everybody knows the ability that he has.
Back-to-back complete games. A new Royals record, 34 consecutive shutout innings.
What a play.
College football on ESPN America.
Touchdown, Auburn!
Catch the best games from the gridiron every Saturday.
Touchdown, Notre Dame!
Travel across the U.S. with a college game day team.
And the Tigers handle the lead.
As the top schools battle for BCS glory.
Touchdown, Oklahoma! What a great call! And the Gators have taken the lead.
College football every Saturday, only on ESPN America.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Macy's. Corona. Kick back and relax with an ice-cold Corona and lime. Relax responsibly. And by the Samsung LED TV, the official HD TV of the NFL.
Well, it's been chilly with the weather, and the news on the other side, NFC, cold as well for Giants fans as they were taken apart by the New Orleans Saints. So the Saints remain unbeaten 5-0. Here we're tied 13-13, and the handoff goes to Lynch, and he's close to the 40-yard line before Sean Ellis and company can make the tackle.
Yeah, you go back to the first half after a great start by Trent Edwards, completing all 5 of his passes. He gets hit right here and suffered a concussion. And had to leave the field, and he will not return. We wonder when he will be back in the lineup, but Fitzpatrick doing a solid job filling in for him.
Here's Lynch trying to pick his way, stays on his feet. Nice piece of running, and he's out to the 47, right at the yardstick. We'll see if he picks up the first down. David Harris and Revis make the tackle.
Yeah, you wonder what goes through a running back's mind when he's out there trying to make a decision where to cut. Lynch has about 10 choices here. Nope, not there. Up, not there. Up, break that tackle. Up, get inside there and stay in bounds and pick up a first down. Great run and a lot of decisions for Marshawn Lynch.
And pinballed his way to the first down out to the 47-yard line. The Bills with 10 points in the third quarter to pull even at 13. 10:43 left. Fitzpatrick dumps it in the flat, incomplete. And there's the win. You throw it easily. If you don't throw it hard into the flat with this wind, it'll get taken away. Well, the Jets allowed 3 fourth-quarter touchdowns last week at Miami and sacrificed the lead with each. Chad Henne of the Dolphins, a 2-yard pass to Anthony Fasano. Henne then to Ted Ginn Jr., 53-yard scoring play. And with 6 seconds remaining, Ronnie Brown's 2-yard run gave the Dolphins a 31-27 victory. Each of those fourth-quarter Miami touchdowns, the Dolphins from behind. Very tough Monday night loss that left Rex Ryan a very unhappy, angry man in his press conference on Tuesday. He can't like what he's seeing here either. 2nd and 10. Dump off is complete to Corey McIntyre, and that'll lose a yard.
Well, you can see the difficulty that Fitzpatrick is having getting guys lined up. Remember, they're not doing the no huddle anymore. They're going back in the huddle. But now they go right to the line of scrimmage trying to catch the Jets with the wrong personnel on the field.
3rd and 10. Let's see what Ryan has dialed up here in terms of a blitz. Look at that movement on the Jets defense, trying to keep Fitzpatrick guessing, and here they come. Loaded from the left side. Fitzpatrick trying to run out of trouble. Gets to the 49. Saves the sack. But Jim Leonard there to make the tackle at midfield. And the punting team comes on for Buffalo.
Yeah, kind of a guessing game that time as the Jets were moving up, moving back. And then when the ball was snapped, they moved up big time. Coming from Fitzpatrick's right side. He was thinking about dumping the ball off to Marshawn Lynch, but wisely hung on to it. Bring out the punter, Brian Moorman.
So the 4th interception off the throws of Mark Sanchez is not damaging to the Jets, but they do give up field position. And here's the punt by Brian Moorman toward Jim Leonard. Lets it bounce, and that's going to take a favorable Buffalo roll down to the 3-yard line. So the Jets and Sanchez start deep near their goal line. When we come back, 9 minutes to go.
Every Saturday, ESPN America brings you the game of the week. Get a second chance to catch the game everyone's been talking about.
Kevin Youkilis with a walk-off home run.
ESPN America's game of the week. Check espnamerica.com for more details.
Kevin, don't do that, man. Come on.
I got this. I got this.
Throw up your hand, man.
Turn it up. Turn it up.
You're too close. That thing's gonna crush you. No way, Kevin. Are you crazy?
Maybe. Do it. Maybe I'm something else.
No way.
There are moments when time seems to stop and the world holds its breath. Because life isn't measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments that take your breath away. Celebrate those moments with ESPN Classic, the official FIFA World Cup films on ESPN Classic.
Rookie Mark Sanchez sets his line. Hand off to the short man, Tony Richardson, a rare call for the fullback. He gets a couple, maybe 3 out to the 6-yard line.
Yeah, it's been a pretty ugly picture for the Jets their last 4 possessions. Missed the field goal, and then Sanchez throwing it to the wrong colored jersey I think the injuries to Brad Smith and Jericho Cotchery have really affected this Jets passing game. Both those players did not suit up today because of injury. And Sanchez having trouble getting the ball to his wide receivers.
Braylon Edwards wide to the right. And it's Jones tripped up after a gain of a couple at the 8-yard line. Well, this becomes a big play. 3rd down deep in their own end for the Jets in a 13-all tie. Jones with a career rushing day. He's up around 185 yards. That's about 20 yards away from the Jets single game rushing record held by Curtis Martin almost a decade ago.
And you would think with that effectiveness running the ball, the passing game would be better, but the wind and the damp conditions affecting Mark Sanchez.
Clowney left, Edwards right. Sanchez looking for Edwards, and he's got him, the big target, and a 1st down. Flag goes down with it at the 17-yard line. Reggie Corner with the coverage.
Yeah, there was jostling between Edwards and Reggie Corner, and when that happens, it usually goes against the defense. Sanchez threw a strike to Edwards, who hung on with Corner hanging on to his back.
Meanwhile, as you may have seen on our scoreboard, Oakland has upset Philadelphia 13-9. It's like battling for a rebound deep in the post. Big man Edwards prevails.
There's contact. That's legal there. Now the grabbing and pushing. Yeah, that's against the defense all the way. Edwards turns around, and Reggie Corner had both hands on him.
Big 1st down on 3rd down. It's Jones with a carry out to the 25-yard line. 8 more yards on Thomas Jones total, the son of Betty Jones, a coal miner. She worked midnight to 8 a.m. shift in Stone Gap, Virginia. Of course, his brother Julius, a Notre Dame star, running back Cowboys, and now Seattle. What a family she raised. And Thomas Jones with 193 yards today.
And a lot of time left for more yards.
2nd and short for Sanchez. Jones again. Out to the 35-yard line. Another 1st down. George Wilson makes the tackle.
Yeah, I like the decision at the end of the run not to go to the sidelines and go out of bounds. It's a design run to the left, but the vision to see it open up back to the right side, and then there's that cut to pick up 2 yards and stay in bounds.
Takes Jones over the 200 mark, 202 yards today, 1 shy of Curtis Martin's Jets record set 9 years ago of 203. Leon Washington now in. Washington with the speed to get outside. Good coverage by Paul Posluszny, the inside linebacker. Did he get out there in a hurry?
Really showed great speed of his own. Leon Washington's a real burner as Thomas Jones comes back in the lineup.
This drive beginning, remember, back at the Jets 3-yard line. Once again, with Thomas Jones in the game, they go to that offensive tackle playing at a tight end position. Wayne Hunter's 320 pounds. Lines up Robert Turner also. These 2 linemen being alternated as tight ends to give an extra blocker for the Jets. Sanchez off a fake, wants to go long, and he's being caught by the jersey, and down he goes in the arms of Chris Draft at the 21-yard line. Draft just picked up this week by the injury-plagued linebacking group of the Buffalo Bills. He is an 11-year veteran from Stanford.
Real good tenacity by Chris Draft. Sanchez wanted to go deep here, but Draft just stayed with him, got a hold of his jersey, and just would not let go. Edwards was the intended receiver going deep against Corner, but Sanchez never had a shot, never had a chance, and that's great coverage by Reggie Corner.
Huge loss, brings up 3rd and 24. Underneath, complete to Washington, and he's surrounded by Bills, and down he goes at the 27-yard line. Fans not happy about the play selection on that series.
You know, Mark Sanchez has never played in weather this cold, and he's never probably ever been booed before. He's having a miserable afternoon with the interceptions and the decision on that play to take the huge sack.
Another never for Sanchez's. He had never lost 2 games in a row in his high school nor his college career. The long high punt fielded by Jackson. Jackson's got room along the sidelines. Cuts back inside. Oh my, there's a saving tackle by Weatherford, the punter, at the midfield stripe. 28 yards on Jackson's return. And for those of you just joining us, Dick Enberg, Dan Fouts at Giant Stadium in New York, where the underdog Buffalo Bills have the ball in a 13-13 tie with the New York Jets.
Hi, it's Jimmy Football here. Nobody.
Tomorrow on ESPN America.
For the widest choice of official North American sports merchandise, for the perfect gift to collect or just to look good and support your team, visit espnamerica.com.
Oh, what a throw by Joe Flacco. Flacco throws end zone. Touchdown! Flacco to throw. Quarterback throw. He runs it. Touchdown! He's got a man wide open. Mason's there. He's got it inside the 5. Touchdown! Ravens! He wants Flacco. He throws it to the 25. Flacco has it. 10, 5, and he's down there. He can do it all.
NFL on ESPN America.
ESPN America goes global with a live NFL tripleheader. First up, we're in London, England. Tom Brady and the Patriots look to impress the UK fans as they take on the Buccaneers. Back in the States, the Falcons are in Dallas. And later, the Giants host the Cardinals. Touchdown! Touchdown, Arizona! A live Sunday night NFL tripleheader. Only on ESPN America.
Going at challenge, Rex Ryan felt that Jackson had stepped out of bounds about 10 yards downfield. It was right in front of Ryan. Here's he thought he stepped out right there, and they're reviewing on the challenge whether Jackson indeed stepped out of bounds. From that angle, difficult to tell. See,
yeah, this angle, it shows it maybe, but still it's not conclusive. And really, this is a huge challenge by the Jets, because if it's not overturned, they lose a timeout in a tie ball game.
And they've already used one in the second half, so that would leave them with only one timeout.
And you remember when they had to use it? It was on defense when they had too many men on the field for a field goal attempt.
Walt Coleman yet to announce the review decision.
And you know, the other thing, Dick, let's say the Jets do win this challenge. It's only a 6-yard difference, so not like it. Well, we'll see what Walt has to say.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is confirmed. The runner did not step out of bounds. The Jets will be charged with their second timeout, and that was their second challenge. They have no more challenges.
No more challenges, and only one timeout left, so the price of being right is expensive for Rex Ryan, as the Bills keep it at the 49 of the Jets with 3:55 left in this 13-all tie. And that man, Dick Geron, when we talked to him yesterday, he looked like coaches appear about the game 16-17, gaunt, big circles under his eyes. You wonder how much sleep these coaches get, and when you're 1-4, even when you do retire, can you really close the eyes for good? First down at the Jets 49. Marshawn Lynch, and he runs right into green jerseys. So it's Jackson this time. So for those of you joining us, the injury news is important as some of the other facts of this game. Trent Edwards, the starting quarterback, out with a concussion after a 5-for-5 start for the Bills. Sanchez, 91 yards is all he's thrown passing, the outstanding rookie quarterback of the Jets, and he's thrown 4 interceptions. Thomas Jones has been the big Jets story, 202 yards rushing, 1 yard shy of an all-time Jets rushing record in a single game. Fake to Jackson. The throw to the sidelines is complete at the 37-yard line to the sliding Lee Evans. It was Evans with a 37-yard touchdown catch that tied the game at 13 in the third quarter.
And now if you're thinking about field goal range, as we watch this beautiful strike by Fitzpatrick, again, it's to the outside, Dick, and he threw it hard, and he threw a perfect spiral. To get Lindell in range, now you only need about 10 yards. His career long is 54 yards.
Handoff is inside to Jackson, and running through tackles as he has all game long down inside the 30-yard line before Jim Leonard could get him to the turf. And ever closer to field goal range, and Ryan Lindell, one of the best from long range in the NFL.
Now this looks so much like last week with the New York Jets defense against Miami. Last week it was Ronnie Brown and Ricky Williams. This week it's been this man, Fred Jackson, along with Marshawn Lynch. What a great effort by Jackson to get an extra 4 yards to get number 9 a little bit closer to the goalpost.
2nd down and 2 with the ball down to the 29-yard line, and the final seconds tick off. They don't need to run a play, the Bills, so that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Lindell loosening that right leg. He's 8 for 11 lifetime from 50 yards or farther.
The 2009 World Series of Baseball. Only on ESPN America.
Took it for a called third strike, and that's the ball game. 25-year-old Zach Greinke is ascended to one of the elite pitchers in the American League.
He's having fun. That's what it comes down to. Everybody knows the ability that he has.
Back-to-back complete games. A new Royals record, 34 consecutive shutout innings.
What a play.
College football on ESPN America.
Touchdown, Auburn!
Catch the best games from the gridiron every Saturday.
Touchdown, Notre Dame!
Travel across the U.S. with a college game day team.
And the Tigers add to the lead.
As the top schools battle for BCS glory.
Touchdown, Oklahoma! What a great goal! And the Gators have taken the lead.
College football every Saturday, only on ESPN America.
Reminder, fans, following the conclusion of our game, 60 minutes, Amazing Race, Three Rivers, Cold Case, the full Sunday lineup in its entirety here on CBS.
And how much has the injury to Chris Jenkins meant to this Jet defense trying to stop the run? He went out with a knee injury in the first half. Been trouble for Rex Ryan's defense since.
With 2 minutes to go, the Jets have only one timeout left, remember. Ball at the 29, 2nd and 2. Jackson, the running back. Ryan Fitzpatrick for the injured Trent Edwards, trying to pull the big upset here at Giant Stadium. Leaping forward is Jackson, but short of the first down. Down inside the 29-yard line, maybe a yard gain. David Harrison, Calvin Pace team up on the tackle.
This is the injury to Chris Jenkins, and it's one of those situations where you have a pile and your teammates hustling to make a play, trying to get in on the tackle. He was rolled up on the back of his knee by Sean Ellis and made the long, slow walk to the locker room soon thereafter.
Damian Woody all out with a knee. There's been several injuries on the Bill side as well, along with Trent Edwards. 3rd and 1, and no play. Official from the sidelines whistling it dead. Timeout had been called by the Bills. Now they have 1 timeout remaining. Clock down to 1:19. You get a sense of the strong winds, and when they swirl here in this Giants stadium, they can cause havoc. And the Jets at the end of the first half missed a 44-yard field goal. Jay Feely, who had kicked 24 in a row, that was going the other way. Still some wind, not the 25-mile-an-hour winds that frayed the flags in the first half, but still mighty capricious.
And this is a tougher, mighty what? This is a tougher direction in which to kick in this stadium, because the wind comes in the top, hits this grandstand, and comes right back at the kicker. But if there's ever a kicker who could handle the wind, it's Ryan Lindell. This is before the game and pregame warmups, kicking in this direction from about the same distance. Lindell also kicked in tough weather conditions in the Palouse at Washington State a long time ago.
Well, he's rooting for the offense to pick up a yard on a first down and get closer. Sneak by Fitzpatrick, and they try to wedge it forward. This is going to be close.
He got it. He got it by a good 2 feet.
You see the official from the near sidelines coming in to mark the ball, and based on our yellow line, that should be a first down, and is so signaled by Walt Coleman.
And the Jets with just 1 timeout to stop the clock.
Rex Ryan, Jets first-year coach after wins over Houston, New England, and Tennessee off to that great 3-0 start, then a loss to New Orleans, and then Miami Monday night, and a 13-3 halftime lead today. This is Jackson, and the Jets swarm and smother. No gain, maybe a loss of a yard.
And how ironic is it for Rex Ryan that last week went to the locker room after the ball game with 2 timeouts still in his back pocket. Has used 2 here in the second half, where he could use it most coming up.
Well, a field goal here, Dan Fouts, would be around 45-46 yards. That's no gimme by any means.
It certainly isn't, especially in this wind.
Lindell in his career has tried 11 field goals from 50 yards or more and made 8 of them, so he's got a long distance leg. And the Bills call time with 3 seconds left, and it's going to be on the toe or arch of Lindell to win the game.
Ryan the Arch Lindell, not quite like Lou the Toe Groza.
But if it's good, it'll sound mighty sweet to the win-hungry fans up in Western New York.
Garrison Sanborn's the snapper. The punter, Brian Moorman, will put it down for Lindell. And Mark Sanchez can only hope on the sidelines along with his head coach.
Jets, do you think they'll ice him here with that final timeout?
Why not?
46 yards for the win. No, never a chance. Wide right. Overtime in the Meadowlands.
It stayed out right, never hooked back in. Dick Duran and the Buffalo fans have got to be wondering, what do we have to do to win this ball game?
Boy, wide right. Echoes scab off a Buffalo wound in the Super Bowl. Norwood's wide right. And to the delight of the fiery head coach of the Jets, will play overtime. And how do you read the wind? Lindell explaining. I thought if I played it right, it would draw in, and often it did.
All right, men, we're going to play a 15-minute overtime period. First team who scores wins. Nobody scores, the game will end in a tie. Each team will have 2 timeouts. Replay will be handled up in the press box, okay? Buffalo, you're the visitors. You're going to call the coin. Here's the coin, heads and tails. What's your choice? He called tails. It is a heads. That will concede.
So the Jets will get it first, and fans love that. 9 of 19 overtime games this year, won by the team receiving the opening kickoff. The Jets get it first, 13-all.
Every Saturday, ESPN America brings you the game of the week. Get a second chance to catch the game everyone's been talking about.
With a walk-off home run.
ESPN America's game of the week. Check espnamerica.com for more details.
Kevin, don't do that, man. Come on.
I got this. I got this.
Screw up your hand, man.
Turn it up. Turn it up.
You're too close. That thing's gonna crush you. No way, Kevin. Are you crazy?
Maybe. Do it. Maybe I'm something else.
No way.
There are moments when time seems to stop and the world holds its breath. Because life isn't measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments that take your breath away. Celebrate those moments with ESPN Classic, the official FIFA World Cup films on ESPN Classic.
It appears against the Jets, Derek Fine had his helmet ripped off. It appeared for a moment there that Washington had a lane.
Didn't he?
Closed in a hurry. This is a huge penalty. Field position so important in overtime.
And we've seen why you need to get much closer than normal to kick a field goal in these conditions.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, 44 of the return team. Number 44 threw a punch and hit the player in the face. He is disqualified from the game.
Oh my, thrown out.
To the goal, first down.
James Ihedibo, University of Massachusetts, reserve defensive back. His day is done.
Number 44, right part of the screen here, is Ihedibo. And the helmet's already off. It looked like Fine is battling with Moreeeee.
Wow, threw a punch as well. So
it's the second guy, isn't it, always, that gets caught?
Of course.
And Ihedibo, though, he gets the early shower.
But more importantly, costs his team 15 critical yards, or half the distance, almost a full 15. The ball will be spotted at the 15-yard line.
And, you know, in this case, it's so much better that the Bills lost the toss. The Jets wanted the ball, but the Jets got the direction that they wanted to kick at this end of the field if they get the ball back from the Jets.
Sanchez in his first NFL overtime. Hands off to Jones for a yard. Paul Posluszny makes another play defensively for the Bills. Jay Feely kicked his first 2 field goal tries, short ones in this game, and then missed from 44 at the end of the half. We're guessing the 27-yard line would be a reasonable distance, a 45-yard attempt. You just saw his counterpart Lindell miss from 46. Fake to Jones. Over the middle, Sanchez to Edwards. Braylon Edwards across the 40 to the 43.
He didn't mistime his jump that time. Again, the ball sailing on Mark Sanchez, but Edwards bails him out. Check out this effort here as once again he goes way up high to make the catch. And then realizing he's not touched by Reggie Corner, after he falls down, gets up and picks up an extra 3 or 4. What an effort by Braylon Edwards, the only Jet wide receiver to catch a ball today.
They marked down by contact back at the 37-yard line, a 22-yard play. Leon Washington. 50, 40, and all the way to the 30-yard line goes Leon Washington to the 29. $33 yards for Washington.
Just a simple draw play with the fake end around. Reggie Corner can't make the tackle, and then Washington stays in bound and dives for an extra 3 yards, but the Jets cannot get conservative now. They got to keep the pedal to the metal and stay after the Bills, get Feely in closer range.
29-yard line, exactly the spot where the Bills at the end of the game, regulation, stalled on a couple of running plays and a 46-yard miss. Washington, he gets another 4 yards closer to those uprights. Ellison makes the tackle.
You know, Washington has 13 carries now. He's got 2 receptions. He's got a handful of kickoff returns and punt returns, so he is right about his expected quota today, as Pozlesny is down with another injury. Coming back from a broken arm, appears now to have a leg injury.
If you endorse the radical theory that investors should spend less time playing the market and more time understanding it.
If you buy the crazy notion that your financial advisor...
Tomorrow on ESPN America.
For the widest choice of official North American sports merchandise, for the perfect gift to collect or just to look good and support your team, visit espnamerica.com.
Oh, what a throw by Joe Flacco. Flacco throws end zone. Touchdown! Flacco to throw. Quarterback draw. He runs it. Touchdown! He's got a man wide open. Mason's there. He's got it inside the 5. Touchdown! Ravens! He wants Flacco. He throws it to the 25. Flacco has it. 10, 5, and he's down there